Hello. Today I'm going to be reading Colossians 3, and this chapter of Colossians is actually what led me to read Colossians recently. It has a couple of parts I really like. One of them, so sometimes I tend to worry about what other people think of me. Sometimes I worry, like at work, if I'm doing a good enough job. So I specifically looked for these verses from Colossians 3 from the end. I'm just going to read this part first. Colossians 3:23 and 24. It says, "Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for men, since you know that you will receive an inheritance from the Lord as a reward. It is the Lord Christ you are serving." When I remember that everything I do for the Lord, not to make a good impression on other people, it gives me peace. Just knowing that I just have to please God and not worry about whether I'm pleasing everyone else, because inevitably I can't please everyone. And then there's another part of this chapter that I also really like. It's at the very, very beginning. It talks about set your hearts on things above. Set your minds on things above, not on earthly things. So there's two stories happening all the time in our lives. One is the earthly story that we see with our eyes and we can hear and touch and experience like that. And there's another story, which is God's story, which is also happening at the same time. And that is unseen to our physical eyes, but it's happening nonetheless. So as believers in Jesus, we need to set our mind on things above and not on earthly things, and remember that there's a spiritual story happening all the time too. And God is at work in ways that we don't always see, but we can have faith that He is working and using us. And just think about how the things we do in the physical life impact the things above. Okay, so I'm going to read Colossians 3 for you. All right. "Since then you have been raised with Christ, set your hearts on things above, where Christ is seated at the right hand of God. Set your minds on things above, not on earthly things. For you died, and your life is now hidden with Christ in God. When Christ, who is your life, appears, then you will also appear with Him in glory. Put to death, therefore, whatever belongs to your earthly nature: sexual immorality, impurity, lust, evil desires, and greed, which is idolatry. Because of these, the wrath of God is coming. You used to walk in these ways in the life you once lived, but now you must rid yourselves of all such things as these: anger, rage, malice, slander, and filthy language from your lips. Do not lie to each other, since you have taken off your old self with its practices and have put on the new self, which is being renewed in knowledge in the image of its Creator. Here there is no Greek or Jew, circumcised or uncircumcised, barbarian, Scythian, slave or free, but Christ is all and is in all. Therefore, as God's chosen people, holy and dearly loved, clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. Bear with each other and forgive whatever grievances you may have against one another. Forgive as the Lord forgave you. And over all these virtues put on love, which binds them all together in perfect unity. Let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts, since as members of one body you were called to peace. And be thankful. Let the word of Christ dwell in you richly as you teach and admonish one another with all wisdom, and as you sing psalms, hymns, and spiritual songs with gratitude in your hearts to God. And whatever you do, whether in word or deed, do it all in the name of the Lord Jesus, giving thanks to God the Father through Him. Wives, submit to your husbands as is fitting in the Lord. Husbands, love your wives and do not be harsh with them. Children, obey your parents in everything, for this pleases the Lord. Fathers, do not embitter your children, or they will become discouraged. Slaves, obey your earthly masters in everything, and do it not only when their eye is on you and to win their favor, but with sincerity of heart and reverence for the Lord. Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for men, since you know that you will receive an inheritance from the Lord as a reward. It is the Lord Christ you are serving. Anyone who does wrong will be repaid for his wrong, and there is no favoritism. This morning at church, a dear sweet lady told me that my videos of reading the Bible really help her. And that meant a lot to me because I just do it trusting that God is going to use my efforts and His Word to encourage and bless others and to correct and teach people. So it was a joy for me to know that I'm helping someone. And also it's a good reminder that sometimes we need to tell others that they have helped us and encouraged us. Because we never know if they're feeling discouraged or starting to feel doubt whether the good that they're trying to do is having an impact. So when we tell each other, like, thank you for what you do because it's helped me, it encourages their hearts to keep on going. So I hope you're having an awesome day, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye.